Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Ayyaan's Workshop. Today in this video we are going to be seeing how you can authenticate your users by using either Face ID or Touch ID. In this video we are going to be creating a simple app which tells the user is either logged in or logged out. If he is logged out, he requests to be authenticated by either Touch ID or Face ID. So without any further ado, let's get into Xcode. So welcome back. Let's go to our screen and open Xcode, and we'll just create a new Xcode project, and we'll just select iOS, select the default application. We'll just name it local authentication, and that's it. Make sure you select SwiftUI because in this video we're going to be using SwiftUI, and just click on next, click on create. Okay, and the first step you need to do is go to the settings of your app, go to the info tab, make sure in the target section, and create a new key. So we are just telling the app that we are going to be using Face ID or the biometrics of our device. We'll just select privacy Face ID user description. We'll just press enter. Now here you can just uh, type a value whenever the app is trying to request the permission for authentication. This value will pop up or this message will pop up. So let's say we need authentication or permission to know it's you. Okay, and now our work is done here. Just go back to our content view, and we don't need a preview, but okay, we need it because now we are going to be designing our user interface. So this is the basic template which you get with the SwiftUI. Now first we'll just create a V stack, and first we'll create a text, and we'll just put status. We'll just pass in a variable here. So here we'll create a state variable. Just name it is logged in. Okay, is logged equals to out. So is logged equals to out. So we'll just type is logged. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, it should say status equals to out or logged out. Logged out. Okay, there we go. Next we need to create two buttons. Let me just add the padding first, and first one will be to log in, and the second one will be to log out. Just add padding here as well. Okay, and the second one will be to log out. Okay, so for that, BUTTON, log out. Okay, there we go. And here we'll just create a function. So that's our user interface. Now here we'll just create a function. This will be named as authentication. So here, as you can see, we have login and logout. So whenever we click login, authentication will start, and it will either use the Face ID if the iPhone has a notch, or if it's the older version of iPhone, it will just use the Touch ID. And once you click on log out, it will just change the status to logged out. Now we'll just create a function. First func func, and it will be authentication auth. And once we click the login button, I want to call that function. Here we'll just create two variables. One will be the context, and another one will be which handles the errors. So var context context, okay, there we go, equals to LA local authentication context. Okay, sorry for that. We need to also import a framework called local authentication. So I just forgot to do that. That's a very important step. So LA authentication, so that is the only framework used for authentication by using either Face or Touch ID. So a LA context or local authentication context is something that tells our app the status of the biometrics. For example, is the Touch ID available, or is the Face ID available, or is there is no biometrics available, like iPhone 4 or iPhone 5. The Touch ID was introduced in iPhone 5s, and also in iPod Touch, or like this Touch ID and Face ID available though the user has not enrolled their face or finger into the device. So it just gives the description or the information of biometrics to our app. Next is the error uh, variable. This will be an NS error, since this will pass errors as an NS Objective C errors. Next, we'll create an if statement. Here we are checking if the device has biometrics or it's an older version of iPhone with not Touch ID or Face ID. So we'll type context. That's why we are using LA context dot can evaluate policy. We are just checking, as you can see here, we are just checking if we can authenticate the user. So the profile will be user authentication with biometrics. Error will be, we'll just pass in our NS error variable. Next, this will run whenever this is true, the device is capable of authentication, else there is no data, or there is no face or touch ID. Okay, that's it. Now here we'll just create a variable which will be reason equals to, so we'll just type we need to authenticate you to log in. And so this we'll use this whenever we are using authentication. And why we are authenticating the user? So we have an error here, cannot convert. Okay, so I forgot to put a question mark here and an and symbol here. So here I put a question mark because whenever we run this, it's not going to pass in an error always. It will just pass an error whenever the user just cancel the authentication. So yeah, that's it. So we are just making it an optional error. Okay, so we need to authenticate here. This message will show to the user whenever our app is trying to authenticate the user, and the user knows need to know why is the app authenticating me. Next, we'll type context dot evaluate. Okay, evaluate policy. It's the same policy with biometrics. Localized region will be a string, we'll just pass in the reason. Reply will be a bool, so we'll just delete the reply right there. So we'll just open these curly brackets and we'll just type success comma error in. So make sure you write this order wise, because they have defined it. The first parameter will be the success and the second parameter will be the error. If you just type the error first, the success will become the error and the error will become the success. That's why. Now we'll type if success. So success, since success is a boolean value, so when success will become true, we'll run this if statement, else we will just show an alert. So let me also just create an alert. Alert title is presented. Title will be failed. Is presented will be, let me just create another state state var failed. Is failed, let us name it is failed equals to false, and we'll just type in that there is failed, and actions will be a view, so we'll just type actions will be a button which will say okay, and comma, I think it's okay, yeah, sorry for the comma. Okay, so here okay, once it says okay, is logged will be equals to out. So since the authentication is failed, we'll just type logged out. Okay, there we go. Now whenever there is a failure, when the user cancels our authentication, the status will be the still logged out. Okay, and whenever we click on logged out, is logged out will be the same. Okay, so whenever we click log out, after logging in, is logged will be resetted to logged out. Now if there is success, we'll say is logged equals to logged in. Okay, logged in. Yeah, that's it. If the user cancels our authentication, we'll just say if is logged out. Else we'll just put a fatal error here. Fatal error, we'll just put it no data or no sensor given. Okay, this type given. Okay, now let us run it, and
Build succeeded.
So it should be running here. Okay, there we go. Let me just bring that on screen. Okay, local authentication, as you can see, it's running. Okay, it's running. So it might take a while when you run your app first time. Okay, our app has been loaded. Now if we just click on log in, okay, I think, okay, as you can see, our app crashed. So no data or no sensor given. So the reason for that is whenever you're testing your authentication app in your simulator, just go to features, go to Face ID and click on enrolled. So as I said, this will run when there is no data, when the user has not enrolled their face into the device, or the user has not enrolled their finger into the device, or there is no face or touch ID sensor. So this statement will run. Since there is a fatal error, our app just crashed. So to change that, go to features, face ID, make sure it's enrolled, so it will make the simulator think that our face is enrolled. So let me just close everything and relaunch our app. Okay, it's the same. Let me just rerun up my app.
Build succeeded.
Okay, build succeeded. Okay, this time when you click on login, it should ask you the permission. Do you want local authentication to use Face ID? Just click on OK. So as you can see, we need to add this. So this here, as you can see, this string, we have put it, okay, it should be somewhere here. Okay, we need to authenticate, we need authentication permission to know it's you. So this will this message, as I said, will pop up when we are giving it the permission. Now as you can see, it says Face ID. Now here, if you go back to features and Face ID, here just select matching face or non-matching face. So if you select non-matching face, as you can see, it says face not recognized. And if I cancel it, okay, I think it should show us the alert. Okay, I forgot to show the alert. So failed equals to true equals to true. Okay, sorry, is failed equals to true. Okay, now if we run and if we cancel our authentication,
Build succeeded.
Okay, build succeeded. Now if we cancel our authentication, log in, and if you have a MacBook Pro with touch bar, hold the option key and press the Face ID button. If it's not recognized, if I cancel, as you can see, now it says failed. And if I log in and show the correct face, or if I just press it in the touch bar, okay, as you can see, it says status is logged in. Now if I click on login again, so there is that bug which we'll try to fix in the later videos. And if I now click on log out, it will be logged out. So nothing will happen if you click the logout button again. So yeah, that was the app. Thanks for watching my video. Make sure to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.